Hi, welcome. We're here at CS Presents at LBI once again. We're on our favourite couch, of course. And hello, who have we got here tonight?
Liz. I work as a creative innovation consultant at a branding agency. I started there about 2.5 years ago. They do brand environment, and then I set up the interactive department there. So we do kind of like sensorial experiences, kind of to produce advertising, basically. So yeah.
And would you like to reveal the name of this amazing agency?
It's Start Judge Gill.
Start Judge Gill.
Yeah.
Brilliant, okay.
Excuse my lisp, I just had a brace fitted, so yeah, bear with me.
We'll include an ad for
Yeah,
the brace company.
Yeah, I think so.
So obviously we like to talk about how people got to where they are today in their careers.
Yeah.
So I'd love to find out a bit more about that from yourself. So what was your first role in creative agencies or in ad land?
It was pretty adventurous actually. I started off doing design, graphic design. I did album covers for like LT, Joe Bookham, and Drum and Bass. We did a lot of kind of like print work, and from then I was kind of getting really into it. I was like, I want to see stuff move, so I decided that I would go into kind of moving image and worked at FramFab. For a while, did massive kind of web builds there. And then I thought, bugger this, I'm going to go and find another country to go and work in. So I went to Australia on the other side of the world. And then I progressed from there. And what I did is I just tried to experiment with stuff. I get bored quite easily as well. So it kind of kept me going and kept me going as well. So I then came back to London and decided that I wanted to see the advertising stuff that I was doing in more kind of like physical and interaction together. So, yeah.
That was the career path. And did you at various points did you find or feel the need to retrain, or how did you move from sort of one sort of way of doing it into another way of doing it?
I think the best thing to do is literally learn from people. So I have this whole philosophy on the fact that when you meet someone, try and get something out of them. I did a presentation before which I called blood sucking.
Ready now.
Yeah. No, it's true. So if you imagine, like I try and learn from different industries, like CSI, for instance, how they investigate people and use that in the kind of like problem-solving process. If you have a look at Darren Brown on how he actually does mind manipulation and use that in presentations. So I tend to try and experiment and look at kind of like human behavioural kind of traits as well and retrain my brain from different industries to then create something that's different. So I don't necessarily go to courses or anything like that. I would literally learn from other people.
Wow, that's great. That was perfect as well, because I was going to ask, not necessarily the next question, but it fits perfectly here. It's like about staying fresh and current.
Yeah. I think that's the thing as well. And rather than staying fresh and current within your industry, try and go outside of the industry, because you can learn so much. Like, for instance, from Heston Blumenthal and his cooking and how he does kind of like sensorial cooking. You could learn from that, for instance, and then reapply that to kind of creating ideas for promoting things. You can learn from the music industry, for instance, on how they do like one-hit wonders. So there's plenty of stuff to kind of just reinvigorate yourself. But I would definitely say try and keep it outside of the industry and then relate it back.
Right, okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. And for people looking, obviously you've progressed in your career, promotions, are they important? Do you feel they're hard-earned? Or is it more about doing work you love and allowing your career to take off that way?
I think it's a bit of both. I mean, you have to be really, really passionate about what you do because it's literally your life. I mean, I would say I probably work 24 hours a day even when I'm asleep, because you're constantly thinking of ideas, and the eureka moments that you always have are on the toilet or in the shower, so you have to make sure that you're kind of like going and pushing it forward. So yes, promotions are good. I mean, it's good for your ego, right? Everyone loves a promotion and it makes you feel like you're progressing. So if it's hard to kind of say, do you stay in the same agency to get a promotion? You need to, of course. But I suppose when you're first starting out, and most people are going to kill me for saying this, when you're first starting out, I think it's good to change agencies. But as you kind of progress forward, then I would tend to stay in a company for as long as you feel you've done your worth, and then move on. And don't try to stay longer than you should. And
are you responsible for hiring people right now in your role? Do you?
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough thing right now trying to find great talent, but I would also look outside the industry. We hired a guy at the beginning when I was setting up the interactive department who used to build robots to disarm bombs. He wasn't in the advertising agency, and it was amazing what he did. He started, doing little demos for us, and it was a cheaper way of demonstrating how we could create these experiences. So I tend to try and look outside the field as well.
I'm really resisting asking if he does explosive ad campaigns.
Oh, God.
So what about these people you recruit? What does someone need to do to get noticed by yourselves? What if someone's looking to get hired? How does someone get noticed, and how do they nail that job at your agency?
I definitely it's face-to-face interviews for me, and it's finding out kind of what they're interested in outside of the industry that they're in. So it's kind of like, what are your hobbies? What are you interested in? What really makes you tick? And if someone's really, really enthusiastic, then that's brilliant, because you can teach someone who's enthusiastic. You can't teach someone to be enthusiastic. So if they're passionate and enthusiastic, that's a great thing, but you can't teach someone that. So it's about showing kind of their outer skills, as it were, and then kind of what they're passionate about. So if they're passionate about something and they've got kind of a road to where they want to get to and a path, and they show that to me, then that's kind of a winner. Yeah.
And classic CV or some kind of portfolio, or both?
I mean, I normally just glance at the CV, and it's more the conversation that I'm having with them. And it is that gut feeling, I think, that you get, because you have to work with that person and you have to trust that person as well. So if you get that gut feeling that they're right for the role, then that's kind of normally what I go on. I mean, I'm not the only person that does the interview process either, so there'll be other people involved in that as well. And obviously, who they're going to work with, I always make sure that they're going to interview them as well.
Great. Well, I really appreciate your time explaining that for us. Are you on Twitter or blog? Anyone?
Yeah, of course, at Mad Lizzie, so check me out.
Okay.
You'll see some crazy pictures and maybe some weird interviews.
Brilliant. Well, we'll put that in the video notes. And thanks very much for your time.
No worries, thanks.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and share it with others. Source interview people from London's creative industry so you can learn from their experiences. To see more of our videos, subscribe to the channel now. And if there's someone you'd like to see interviewed, even yourself, then tweet us, put it in the comments, or get in touch via email. Thanks again.